Guys, we're excited and we hope you are having a great time. We hope you are fellowshipping and enjoying your meal tonight. We're about to get going with our interview process tonight. We want y'all to enjoy some the dessert while we start the interviews. Our first group of interviews we're going to do is entrepreneurs. So we have Mr. Hamm. If you would, sir, please come on up. And Dr. Baker, sir, if you would, please come on up. Y'all ready?
Yeah.
In the 1900s, the National Negro Business League was founded by Booker T. Washington to promote interest in African American businesses. The mission and main goal of the organization was to promote the commercial and financial development of the Negro. 1915, the National Negro Business League established over 600 chapters in 34 states. Our forefathers understood the importance of entrepreneurship as a key to fulfill the emancipation of African American people. Dr. Baker and Mr. Hamm. First question is for Mr. Hamm. Sir, I believe that your mom started the Hamm Cafe. What was it like growing up in Newton County where your mom was a business owner?
It was great. It was 6 siblings, sisters and brothers. We got it from Mr. Stewart, and we had to start from ground level. And then we got busy. My mother used to tell us, start like a turtle. Don't be like a rabbit. Don't get in a hurry. And just take your time. People gonna come see you if you be like a tapping. If you just cruise along. But it's been great. And now it's just me and my son. Not me, my son. Cedric. And he's getting to be like I used to be.
Well, Mr. Hamm, you kind of already answered the question, but what motivated you to carry on the legacy of your parents after they started, to carry on the legacy your parents started and to continue the family business through today?
Okay. My mother passed in '84. She had a little bit of ball. She handed it to me. She said, you got to carry the ball. You carry the ball and you'll be there. You'll get there. But I enjoyed doing it. I learned how to live, know all these people, be close to people, talk to them, and always have an answer for them.
Mr. Hamm, what memory stands out the most from your childhood in Newton County?
That's gonna be a hard question. What stands out? Most important thing. Anything. I don't know. It's been so good, Joe. I don't know what to do. Go there. Because it's been good. It's been just, I ain't never had a problem in the world, but it's been good.
It's amazing that you're able to say that having a business from the time period that you've been in business, that you never had any issues. That's a blessing. And we understand that blessings come from the Lord.
Right.
And we're so thankful that you're still in business and that your son is carrying on the legacy.
And the food is delicious.
I like that now. But we like to, we learn something every day. When we come in that door, we learn how to cook for different people, and we're cooking for citizens all over this any kind of citizen. We can't understand some of them. We have to, listen. And my son taught me this. He said, when these foreigners come eat with you, listen. and be quiet. And you'll learn how to cook for them. And it's hard to cook for different people. Yeah.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yes, sir.
Dr. Baker, you were the first African American dentist to open up a practice in Covington, Georgia. What year did you open up your establishment?
I opened up in December 1976.
Wow. That's the same year I was born, sir. Can you tell us about some of your experiences when you opened it up, when you first got started?
Well, really, anytime you start a business, it's kind of frightening because in my business, you had to buy a lot of equipment. So you buy so many $1,000 of equipment, you got rent, and you ain't made a dime. So it was kind of scary. And that's one reason I came back to Covington. I knew I would always eat because my mom and dad was here. So that made it a lot easier knowing that I had family and friends here that would help me out. So it was kind of frightening at first, but I didn't have a choice. I had to do it.
Can I go off script, baby?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. How hard was it for you to get clientele?
It was actually not that difficult. It's just word of mouth. I think my philosophy was that if you always treated people right, gave them a good service for a fair price, they spread the word, and that's what happened.
Did you find it difficult as being a black dentist to gain clientele? Or was it, like you said, word of mouth, you do good, and the word travels?
No, I didn't find it particularly difficult. I mean, being in business itself is difficult. But the clientele just came. I was fortunate that I had a mixed clientele. I didn't cater to any one segment of the population, so I had a mixed clientele, and it was really, I was quite fortunate and quite blessed because it was not that difficult as far as getting clients. It's just a matter of being able to treat them and keep up with technology.
And what memory stands out to you the most from being a child, during your childhood growing up in Newton County? Is there something that kind of stands out from being a child in Newton County?
I thought about that when you asked Mr. Hamm. You know what? I enjoyed being in high school because in high school, I was a fairly good student. And I laugh all the time, and I told some of my former teachers that I was a fairly good student. I didn't get in trouble. I really didn't study because I didn't think they were going to flunk me, Janet. They all liked me. I was in every, except for sports, I was in every extracurricular activity they had, so I was very active in school. I enjoyed being in high school. It was just fun being there, and at the time, it didn't seem like work. I paid for it later on because I found out when I got to college I didn't have any study habits. So I had to develop some study habits because I really didn't do that in high school. I enjoyed high school.
Last question, and then we're going to allow Zion or either Leah ask a question. We just lost Mr. T.K. Adams. For those of you who don't know, I played the alto saxophone. Of course, your son was in front of me in a higher chair. He was like, I think, the first or the second chair, and I was on down the line some. How is it to lose someone of that magnitude in our community?
Man, it's huge. I mean, and I know everybody, almost everybody in this room, and everybody different. When I was in high school, he was one who really cared for you. Yes. I mean, he was your teacher, but he really cared for you. I mean, he just like a dad almost. He really cared for you. He took his time and his resources in order to make sure that you were, at least when we were trying to go to school, he literally, anybody who wanted to go to college and that was in the band had no excuse because Mr. Adams was going to take you there at his expense. I remember we had a guy I went to school with. Joined the band, about 2 or 3 months before school was out. Got the same scholarship I got. Just because of Mr. Adams. So,
Yeah.
but Mr. Adams had that much influence, and the way Mr. Adams carried himself, it was kind of corny. We kind of laughed at him, but we respected him because you knew he cared so much for you.
That's right.
So he was huge. The things he taught us and the way he cared for us was nobody else in the community could match that.
That's true. That's true. Well, we have Leah and Zion from the MLK, the Young Dreamers Award winners. Leah, I don't know if would you like to stand and ask a question first?
Sure.
Okay.
Hello. My question is, what's the difference between knowledge and wisdom, and why does it matter?
Knowledge is no good if you can't apply it, and that's wisdom. The application of knowledge. A lot of people know a lot of things. They don't do anything with it. They don't do them any good unless you learn how to apply it.
Thank you. Well, guys, listen, we greatly appreciate you. And, you know, you guys are giving so much to this community. Our community, we owe you. And we owe you for the things that you have contributed to this community. And tonight, we salute you. And tonight, we say we love you and we thank you. Thank you so much.
One thing.
Yes, sir.
We started in business in 1964. We had all black crowd. And we got them from the first beginning. I couldn't have stayed in business without the black representative citizen of Newton County. And now we feed all over the United States. Florida, New York, California, and we learn how to feed all of them.
That's amazing.
Townhouse Cafe.
Townhouse Cafe.
We'll get next.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.